Today we have KC Highlights Cyclones. They are some well-built lights. Honestly, they're actually really nice. We're going to install some rock lights on the Jeep, DIY style. Have a bunch of wiring, switch, some hardware, and we're going to make our own wiring kit and our own rock light kit, really. So let's go ahead and get right into it. That's most likely a step that you guys won't have to do if you guys run the Rubicon rails already, but you will need one of these U-style U-nuts that slide in, and this is what holds those 13mm bolts in for the rock rails. I didn't have that. My Jeep didn't come with those, so I just bought these from Lowe's. That is the number right there. And you just slide these under. These aren't the exact same ones, but these will work with my 1/4 size bolts for my KC Highlights. That'll work out just fine. So I'm just gonna slide these in under there. I'll show you guys how to do it. It just locks into place. It's really simple. First, I'm gonna cut some of this rubber piece off. I'm gonna stick this in here like this, and it just clicks into place. Now you can't take it out. And that's all I have to do, just put it under here. Now I can put the rock rail back on and then proceed with the next step. Right, so I just made a quick bracket, 2 holes on it, and I just cut it out of some steel I had laying around. So it's really simple. It just spaces it out just a little bit. Now I'm just gonna leave the sizes to the bolts and stuff on the screen and in the description box below. Pretty much down on there. Put a nylon locking nut on it. Tighten this down. Okay, that's tight. There you go. So you have it right there. So now we're just going to use this bolt that is existing from those rock rails. I said earlier that I didn't have the bolts, but I had a bunch of spare bolts laying around in my parts bin, and it seems like these will fit that threaded nut already on there on the frame. Let's go ahead and install this, and then we'll work on installing the back and then the front, and then we'll work on wiring. It'll be very, very fun. Alright, so it's the next day. Yesterday's footage came out a little windy, so I'm just going to make an overview and then voice over the rest of the stuff. So I finished the install of the Cyclones. They're really, really great build quality. I really like them, honestly. I should start buying more KC stuff, but I can't afford it. So I'm just going to go over the wiring. Just like I do in the other videos, I'm just going to make a separate video going over the wiring diagram. Alright, let's quickly go over the wiring diagram. Alright, so I included a screen cap just in case you guys wanted to print this out and use it for your own build. But it's really simple. It's single light application. So this is my switch. This particularly is the over the river and through the wood switch. Yours might be different. It may just be an on-off switch or whatever. But I just did it how I did it with this exact switch. These 2 pins go to ground, as you can see. This is your source from your battery, so you want to run it through a fuse. How you calculate what kind of fuse you want, you take the wattage divided by the volts. So 5 watts per light times 6, because there's 6 lights, so that's 30 divided by 12 volts, 12 volt system, 12 volt battery. So 30 divided by 12 is 2.5. Now you want to do one size above 2.5, so like a 5 amp fuse would work. If you do a 2.5 amp fuse, it'll trip instantly because that's how much wattage it pulls. This pin goes to your relay. You want to run a relay whenever you run lights, horns, fans, something like that uses quite a bit of amperage at one time and pulls a little bit of current. Anyway, so there's 4 prongs on this relay. You can get one with 5, but I like to use the 4-prong ones for stuff like this. It's a lot simpler. 85 prong goes to ground. The 30 prong is your source from your battery. You just wire that straight to your relay, and then you have a 86 prong that goes to your switch. That's the trigger signal from your switch. So whenever you turn on your switch, it'll send a signal to the relay to turn the relay on, and then that power from the relay will go to your lights. Hopefully you guys followed that along. 87 goes to your lights, so I just have 6 of them. You can do this with 20 lights, whatever, as many lights as you want, or as least as many as you want, the least amount you want. But anyways, I just tied all the positives together. Now I'll go to that, and I just grounded each one. In my particular situation, I just connected all the grounds to a wire also, and then grounded them inside the body, inside the engine bay. A lot easier. So that's how you do lights. You just need a ground and a power. It's very, very simple. And the last prong here is for the dimmer switch. Now if you go to your power window controls, there will be an orange and gray striped wire. That is the dimmer power. If you know on your Jeep, there's a dimmer for your gauges. That is what dims all the switch panels and stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool feature to have. At least I think so. So if you want to do that, you just tap into that wire and just add a wire from that orange and gray stripe all the way to your switch. That's pretty much the wiring. So let's go back and see how the install looks. So I just put it in my S-Pod. I just connected all this stuff to my S-Pod like I usually do. If you haven't seen the video over this thing, go ahead and check that video out. I'll put it up in the corner. Probably should redo this with a different one. Oh well, I'll do it later. So let's go to the back. One right here. I just made this bracket out of some stock that I had. Wiring loom goes back. All the way back through here. Another one is right here under the driver's side door, and then the wiring goes up, and the wiring comes up from there, goes across. That connects to one, so that's one side of the wiring harness, and then the other side is, so here's my front facing rock light. This just lights up the whole front area, as you guys see in a minute, and it's just under here. I just drilled out one of these trim clips and then put this bolt through. And then that wiring kind of goes up and along the frame rail, and then it's just like the passenger side where there's one under the driver's side door. Wiring goes back, one under the passenger side door. Again, there's that bracket right there, and then there's one in the back. As you can see back there, there is another KC light, and that's just held in with an expansion nut I got from Home Depot, and it works actually pretty well. Then inside is my over the river and through the wood switch. So you guys know from everything. I get this one lit up, the bottom one too, just like my winch power. I just had the bottom ones lit up too. But I want to switch these out for green LEDs. I'm going to try something out with putting vinyl in between the switch and the light. Maybe the blue plus the yellow will equal green. So it'll kind of look like this green right here. So I'll cut to some footage of it at nighttime so you guys can see the spread. Now in the rear, it would be a little bit better if I had that whole muffler out, so maybe I'll do an axleback exhaust or something like that in the future. Anyways, it's cold, it's windy, and I really don't want to work anymore today. So I'm going to close out the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it turned out to be a somewhat good video. Sorry about that. I may disappear next week. I might not. I guess we're gonna have to see. But subscribe to the channel for more videos. Like the video if you liked it. Comment below what rock lights you run. If you guys run those ones that are cool, you can control it with your phone. Mine just light up white. Kind of boring. I don't really need all the colors. But anyways, see you guys later, and peace.